making sure that you're not going to go away from here empty-handed. Those of you who are well behaved will get a lolly bag. We have a quiet corner for those who probably need a bit of correcting. But we won't be applying discipline in the way that would have happened in my childhood. So I'm going to welcome you all for coming. Thank you for supporting the Redcliffe Art Society Gallery and me. Come through. I've got a whole list of things here that I need to attend to. We've got to do Welcome to Country first, is that right? Okay, we'll do that first. Let's do Welcome to Country because I think that's really important. You're looking at landscapes with us in them, and the landscapes where we recognise those that have come before us and those that still live within us. So I'm going to hand you over to a very special friend of mine by the name of Derek Sandy, a man who I have immense respect for, and I'll let Derek roll with what you will do.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Derek Sandy, and I'm the traditional custodian of the country in which we gather on here today. My right hand side is my father, Derek Gorham Senior, from central Queensland, my other parts of my country, part of the Kangaroo country, Durumble country, Birragubba country, up in those country, those three Aboriginal language groups. And just want to thank Pete personally, as Pete's a part of our family in our ways. He's helped us out a few times. Dad designed the 2019 Brisbane Lions Guernsey. It's going to be released on the 1st of June. And Pete played a role in helping us out there and sharing a bit of his knowledge and stories along the way. And it's just coming around the corner this morning to see this painting of the Echo Gorge there, and Pete was doing that painting when we come in to say hello and check him out, because I just moved to the Deagon area. But when I first met Pete was at for Peter Russo, Welcome to Country for Peter Russo down at Michael's Oriental down in Sunnybank. And we were seated at the same table and we just had this good old MC there, and that's how we met up, and we met there on several occasions. And it's an honour to be here to represent my country and my stories of our people, the oldest civilisation in the world. Over 120,000 years of existence within this country, but also to share a bit of stories and knowledge and understanding of our peoples, and how storytelling within our culture is a very strong thing. But, storytelling comes from everywhere. We tell our stories through an ancient way of our song and dance, with the rhythms of the clapsticks and the songmen and song leaders being that storyteller, and the dancers demonstrating that story and the movement. Then we have our art, our Aboriginal art, very famous art, right around the world. It's that famous that people tend to copy it and start to sell it for themselves. But, you know, that's been a strong tradition in our culture. And, you know, you see brothers like, and family like Pete, people out there that are capturing these great moments in life and stories of his lifetime, and to be able to bring it back into that perspective on canvas as a part of sharing an art. It links up to our old ways of our people. That's what we were about, understanding that country and that landscape. And understanding that country and that landscape, capturing that story, is a part of our dreaming. You know, we have dreamings of our tribal ways, but we have dreamings of our own personal dreams that we want to see. So what I always dream in the future is to see our Aboriginal culture and communities, and have an opportunity for kids to understand, you know, what it was like to live in this ancient country. And that's the type of dream I live by when I go around and do my work in the countries and share my stories. But what you see today in every single piece and every single caption of the artwork represents a memory in Pete's lifetime that he's captured and he's bringing back to life. And that's what we do when we see our culture, our Aboriginal culture in song and dance. We bring back those old stories of our people through that old ancient song and that dance. And that's what we work by daily as people. So when we sing out to the country and we welcome people to country, it's a very spiritual thing, because we want everyone to feel welcome on our country. Because we know what our country's about, how dangerous it is, how hot it is, how cold it is, when the wind changes and things like that. We understand that our nature, you know, Australia's got one of the unique environments in the country. So as custodians of the country, knowing and feeling that connection to that land and telling that story, we feel as if that's our story that we have to do as people, is educate people about this ancient culture and the spirit of the country. So in this area here, Kippering area just up the road there, Kippa means in the local language here of the Yagara people, as well as we share this country with the Gubbi Gubbi people as well, because the Gubbi Gubbi language group north of the Caboolture and Burpengary Creek used to travel down to these parts to take their young men through ceremony. So Kippa means the young initiated men that go through ceremony in the country, because there's dugong that gets hunted out of the bay, and stingrays, turtle. Those are all a part of the ancient teachings for our young people, and the grounding that it gives these young people about respecting the land and understanding, you know, about working for your food and things like that in those times. And that's a part of this strong history. So Kippa represents the young men, ring represents the bull ring, but in our language we say burl. Burl represents the circle, the gathering. The reason why we sit in circles is because there's no one higher than anyone. Everyone has a place within the tribal group, or within the community, if we put it in our modern sense. So within that circle, we all sit by open body language. We can understand body language, we can respect other people's decisions and their body language as well. And my dad used to go to those old gatherings in his country, and everyone used to bring a branch from their country, and they would use that to draw in the sand and talk to each other and yarn, because it was disrespectful to point, so they'd use the branch to demonstrate and give people a bit of an idea what they're talking about. But understanding that system of sitting in a circle, open body language and speaking, you know, even if it's about bad things or good things, you can understand if someone's upset, you know, with the words you're saying. So that's our cultural ways. And to be placed in the circle and be a part of that conversation, you have to have certain training and certain guiding through country, through certain elders that share that knowledge. So the Kippering area was very strong country for that reason and that purpose. A lot of gatherings here. And in our modern world, just like we're doing today, gathering about stories of someone sharing their spirit of their memories is we're all gathering here as well. So that's why we have that welcome to country, even though we have that modern sense and living in the modern world and we have non-Indigenous people involved. Our ceremony and our cultural practices as people and our protocol within our country is still there. So we're here to welcome everyone. So I'd like to say, calling out the good spirit to the place here at the gathering space. And I'd like to thank Pete Martin. Thank you very much, family, and brother, for getting us along and to share a bit about culture and a bit of our spirit. And the artwork's amazing around the place. There's so many different stories. And the young fella, my younger brother Jamal, he's about 13. He's seen the photo when we go to Ningi Ningi Bribey Island, the painting. And he said, "Oh, I think that's Bribey." But when you look at the structure of Bribey now, they've kind of got those rock faces there, you know, the walls that block off the land between the sand. But your perspective was a bit different. It showed that older, where they just let the sand roll out. But he was saying, yeah, it's different. I said, well, that's from that old story of someone's perspective in those times. So teach our young fellas to always listen out to those older stories, because those older stories are what grounds our people in their understanding of their identity and self-worth, and all of our young people. And our next generation has to understand that we've got to give on messages and stories as well. So, I'd like to welcome you all here onto my country, welcome the totem spirit of the area, and say, call out to the good spirit, call my blessing here today. And hope everyone keeps warm and safe as we walk around the journey and look at the artwork. I'm sure some of them are going to go today, have a good feel of it. So, there you go, Pete. Thanks, mate.
I got a surprise for Mum. Thanks a lot, brother Derek. You are my brother, and I own that. I'm always impressed with what Derek has to say and how he has to say it, with such respect that carries across all generations and all perspectives. I think it's a place we all need to visit every now and again. The next things I need to do, I need to make apologies for people who were invited but wanted to be here but were unable to be here. The president of the Redcliffe Art Society, Catherine McLeod, is quite ill at the moment, so if you could hold her up in your thoughts, that would be lovely. The Mayor, Alan Sutherland, was unable to make it, but he is represented here by James Horton, Councillor James Horton. We also have attending, and I offer my respect to the Attorney General, Yvette Darth, your local member, Councillor Colliana from the Redcliffe Council, and in particular, I want to thank Sterling Hitchliff for making the time to be here and to officially open the show. As you can see, he's injured, not by my hand. So if I could hand the microphone over to you.
Thanks very much, Pete. No, you're good. Thank you very much, Pete. Can I commence by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we're gathered? And I want to thank Derek for that welcome, and for Derek Senior that joined him as well. We are truly blessed, just to reflect for a moment on Derek's words, we are truly blessed to share this country with two of the world's oldest continuing living civilisations in Aboriginal culture and Torres Strait Islander culture, and to have that connection with this place and to be able to hear those stories of this place is very important, I think, to all of us. Pete, can I start by adding to your list of apologies by saying I am here representing the Minister for the Arts, Leanne Enoch, who wished she could be here. She's knows Pete and has got to know and seen his art and is very impressed, and has asked me to represent her here today. We also have, of course, my very good friend, the Attorney General and the member for and Minister for Justice and member for Redcliffe, Yvette Darth, Councillors Winchester and Houghton, I should say. Thank you for joining us here today, and thank you to the Redcliffe community and the Moreton Bay Regional Council for the support that they've shown for the arts over many years. And this great facility is a great demonstration of that. And to the Redcliffe Art Society, thank you for hosting this tremendous exhibition. Pete's 22nd individual exhibition, I understand, so someone who's got a great level of skill and experience, but it equally helps, as Pete and I were discussing during the week, to have great curators, to have great support and a great venue to make that work. So we certainly have that here in spades. So thank you to everyone involved in the Redcliffe Arts Society for the role you play in that. And I see a lot of familiar faces here from the Sandgate Art Society. So thank you, SAS members, for coming and joining and supporting Pete in this exhibition today. Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, memories of childhood is an extraordinary theme because we all have memories of childhood. We all create memories of childhood. We all embellish memories of childhood. We all reach out and hold on to memories of childhood. Because as Pete's expressed in some of his language around this, that concept that childhood is a sweet time in our life is very true. And even for those people who have challenging and difficult childhoods, they find the sweetness in it and they celebrate that and they embellish that and they recreate that. And there are so many of these images that are part of this exhibition that are a great celebration of the way in which childhood is important, and that memories of childhood are even more important, and that they can be embellished, they can recreate, they can not reflect reality, but they can tell you more about who you are and where you want to be and where you think you've come from as a result of those embellishments, of those changes, of those recreations. I've got to say there's a couple of elements that are highlighted in this that evoke memories of childhood with me, and they're my parents. It was an old car by the time I was around, but my parents had an EJ Holden Premier. So seeing those EJs in one of the paintings brings back, and I can't see an EJ without remembering the smell of the leather, the cracked leather in that old EJ Premier, and remembering the hanging on to the strap in the back seat because there were no seat belts, but also beach cricket. There's no greater memory for me of childhood than beach cricket. I'm not probably quite in the fit state today to be playing beach cricket, so if anyone's wanted to go down the front and have a game, I'm not quite ready for it today. But each and every one of you will see concepts and ideas and grasp hold of them out of the ideas of memories of childhood as exhibited by Pete Martin's paintings in this exhibition. And Pete's drawn upon his rural Victoria or country Victoria childhood, and that's very clear and that stands out. But he's also reached into the memories and created the memories of other people's childhoods through, as we've heard, images of Bribie, images of the Glasshouse Mountains, those things that are obviously maybe a bit more cheering than a very rainy country Victoria childhood. We're enjoying a beautiful southeast Queensland day today, and this is the sort of weather that makes happy childhood memories. And with clearly shopping time to go before Mother's Day tomorrow, I'm sure there's some pieces here that some people can reward their mothers, or people who they know who are mothers, or people who might just want to be mothers tomorrow. So I encourage you to support the exhibition, not just by your attendance today, but by looking at those pieces that mean something to you, that give you, touch your heart and touch your experience and touch on your childhood memories and make them a part of your collection as well. Not just the collection of your memories, but the collection of your possessions in this occasion. So I wish you all the very best for the exhibition, Pete, and thank you for your commitment to the arts here on the Northern Bayside. Thank you for your commitment to the work that you put into, through very trying conditions after your accident, I know, trying conditions to bring together the works that you've got on show here today, I want to encourage you all, as I declare the exhibition officially open, to give Pete a huge round of applause.
As Sterling has been such a good boy today, we thought we might pop you up. And I've done something very illegal here as well. Could I just reach into the bag and just show you what I have for you? This is always a moment, isn't it?
You don't say things are illegal in front of the Attorney General,
Beach cricket as a label.
I was just admiring the fairy bird.
There'll be fairy bread for everyone. Thank you so much, Sterling. As Sterling pointed out before, there are lots of people to say thank you to. But the one person that made this all possible is my mum. Thank you, Mum. So, and of course, my keeper, Vicky Martin. Everybody knows that an artist is a special needs person. And we need carers like beautiful Vicky. Thank you so much. I've had conversations with a lot of you guys over the last 6 months that this show has been building, and I've asked you what your childhood was about. And this is how I got the Queensland side of it. I will never be a Queenslander. I got here in '78. Apparently, I'll never be a Queenslander. But you guys could actually vote me in as a Queenslander. That could work.
We can issue a certificate today.
Oh, good. A certificate. Great. Because it's kind of getting old, you know. But look, I come here with an open heart. And I come here with words on canvas. I have 2 dimensions to talk to you and to talk to the people that will come into your homes and view these artworks. 2 dimensions. I have height by width to make you feel and to make your guests see how clever you are to own a Pete Martin work. I had a prepared speech, buggy at Derek, buggy at Sterling, you both took it. There's not a lot left to say because you guys spoke so well and were so articulate and you were right on target. I thought a lot about this, who we are. Like, who are we? When we're kids, I go, who are you? Who do you think you are? And you had to be ready. What have you done now? Well, I'm really not sure, but there's something broken. I'm 6 years old, Mum. And would you not ride the pregnant sows? Whoa, sorry, they're dangerous. I grew up as one of 10 kids and I had an amazing childhood, and I really wish and hope that for all of you, you had amazing childhoods. And I've gone through life and the people that I meet who meet the criteria of brethren, people I can call brothers, like Phil McGreevy or Derek Sandy, you know, the people who care about you, how you are, not what you have. We don't care about stuff, we don't go to our graves with stuff. Our existence isn't about stuff, our existence is about experiences, which is why in this exhibition you now see me painting people. Instead of the glorious landscapes that I was doing, it's about our experience. When you get together with your old mates, remember that time, oh, you were the guy that did that. And all of a sudden you've got a 2-hour conversation going that you don't want to leave. Because as Sterling pointed out, we pull out our memories like when we, for the boys, when we were playing marbles, you'd pull out your best one and you'd polish it. And each time it got a little more shiny. And that's okay with your memories, to make them a wee bit more shiny every time. Kids don't believe you, that's okay. My kids think that there should be a pilot vehicle like a Roomba going around the house going, dad joke following. But, so, you know, the dad jokes aren't so good, but I believe my art is. And I believe that the 6 months work that I put into preparing this, to share with you, to share what it feels like to have had that. When the subject came to me, when Wendy, the gallery director, said, Pete, have you got 22 works ready to go? I went, oh, yeah. And then I had a discussion with Vicky and I realised I really wanted to do something different, and this is the different. So help support me if you can afford to own one too, because that, in the way of the universe, gives me permission to go and do more. Because I think this is volume 1. I think there's a way more to go. Apparently there's not enough girls in this one. But I can work on that. My experience as a girl is pretty limited. Now let me just check my notes, because there may be things that I've not addressed. Sterling, did you just give Vicky a funny look there?
It was a critical, I wouldn't have said funny.
I did go to art school in the 70s.
Okay.
Sterling, Derek. So, yeah, that thing is self-identity. I always knew who I was. Always knew who I was. I was paint, I was colours, and I was stories. And that always stuck. Really, I think we've covered most of it, but because you guys spoke so well, I just want to thank everyone for coming here. And there are party food. So we have chocolate crackles, we have fairy bread triangles, we have mini quiches, we have cordial. Red or green, depends if you want to go fast or slow. So, I think I'm done. It's up to you guys now. I want to hear what you have to say about my artwork. Find me, tell me what connects with you, and if you can, own one. Give them permission. Thank you, everyone.